Are you prepared for a health crisis? Do your loved ones know and understand your wishes if they have to make hard decisions for you? Who speaks for you if you can't speak for yourself? As difficult as it may be to think about and talk about, advanced care planning can better prepare you and your family for the time when hard decisions must be made. You can take steps to make sure your wishes will be respected. Documenting and sharing your goals and values can be the best gift you can offer your loved ones. Your voice, your wishes, your advance directive.
My 42-year-old husband developed lung cancer, and we were stunned and unprepared. The roller coaster of testing, treatment, hospitalizations, improvements, and setbacks was exhausting and overwhelming. We never talked about the worst-case scenario, and when it happened, I had to decide. I hope I made the decisions he would have wanted. I hope I honored him. Every day I miss him, and I wonder, did I do the right thing?
An Advance Directive is a legal document that allows healthcare providers to make decisions for you when you can't speak for yourself. This document's done in advance of such a possibility. Like mammograms and colonoscopies, Advance Directives are a preventative health measure.
The Oklahoma Advance Directive document is complicated, but don't let that stop you. If you don't express your wishes, the state will make decisions for you. Everyone 18 years of age and older and of sound mind should have an Advance Directive to ensure that your wishes are honored.
So let's get into it. We'll take it one section at a time. The Living Will section describes 3 conditions with 3 options for each condition. It only goes into effect when I can no longer speak for myself. It will speak for me at a future time under specific conditions. 2 doctors must agree that I am unable to make medical decisions. Also, they must determine and agree that one of the following conditions apply. Let's start with the conditions. Terminal condition means I have an incurable illness or injury, and even with treatment, I would likely die within 6 months. Persistently unconscious means I have a permanent condition that doesn't allow me to meaningfully interact with my environment. Conditions like traumatic brain injury, devastating strokes, and injury to the brain caused by long periods without oxygen. End-stage condition means I am at the end of a progressive chronic illness like Alzheimer's, heart failure, emphysema, or kidney failure. The condition is irreversible and has no effective treatment. It also means I am completely unable to care for myself and unable to make decisions. So, what are the options? Now, I choose if I want or don't want life-sustaining treatment with or without artificial nutrition and hydration. Yeah, sounds complicated, right? Let's break that down. Because the law in Oklahoma is not clear, life-sustaining therapy is understood differently by many people. Simply put, this is any treatment that can prolong my life and, if I'm near death, prolong my dying process. This may cover a wide range of treatment, from CPR and ICU to antibiotics and routine medications. Food is an emotional issue, and the use of artificial nutrition and hydration can be confusing. Artificial nutrition and hydration is receiving liquid nutrition and fluids through a tube and may be offered if I'm having difficulty swallowing or I am not able to take in enough nutrition. I will be given food and water by mouth as long as I can tolerate it. I initial here if I do not want life-sustaining treatment but do want tube or IV feeding. I initial here if I do not want life-sustaining treatment and do not want tube or IV feeding. I initial here if I do want both life-sustaining treatment and tube or IV feeding. These same options are repeated in all 3 conditions. I will choose one option for each condition. I also have the option to write in more specific instructions about what I want in all 3 sections. I initial here if I want to write in specifics on the next page. And here is where I give those specific instructions about things I feel strongly.
Use this section to state clearly what matters most to you. Avoid things like timeframes and conditions. Rather, focus on your personal values, goals, and preferences. You might want to also include rituals around death and dying.
This is where I name someone to make decisions for me if I can't. As long as I am capable, I will make my own decisions. My healthcare proxy takes effect anytime I cannot speak for myself, not just when I'm dying. This may be temporary, like when I have surgery.
In selecting your healthcare proxy, you should pick somebody that you trust, that will make decisions the way you would want them to be made. It's also best to have at least one proxy that's younger than you or in better health. You should select one primary proxy, and if that person is not available to serve, then a secondary proxy. Having co-proxies can be a real problem because when medical decisions need to be made, they both will have to be contacted. And if they don't agree, it can get messy.
Appointing a healthcare proxy also means you've had a conversation. There's nothing more difficult than trying to contact a healthcare proxy and finding out that the healthcare proxy not only is unaware of being appointed, but doesn't have any idea of their loved one's wishes. Healthcare proxies have the responsibility of making decisions on your behalf. Please talk to them.
It's important to note, my healthcare proxy cannot override decision about life-sustaining therapy and artificial nutrition and hydration that I already made in the previous section. Organ and tissue donation can be a gift of life. I may choose to donate the entirety of my body for organ and tissue donation, or I choose to donate specific organs like skin, bone marrow, and eyes. Whole body donation is different than organ and tissue donation and is not covered in this document. Whole body donation requires a special arrangement through an organization like a medical school. I initial all of the reasons I'm willing to donate. I initial here to be an organ and tissue donor. I initial here to donate my body or specific parts to medical science, research, or education, and here for dental science, research, or education. I initial here to make an unspecified organ or tissue donation of my entire body, or to donate specific parts. Then I initial next to each part I'm willing to donate. Phew, you're almost done. Before signing, you need to understand a few final points. If you're pregnant and your doctor knows it, you will be given life-sustaining treatment and artificial nutrition and hydration unless you have specifically authorized that even during pregnancy, these treatments are to be withheld. I can revoke this advance directive at any time by tearing it up and informing my doctor and anyone I have given a copy to. Completing a new form automatically revokes an old form. My physicians will use their best judgment in acting on my wishes. Now I can sign it. My witnesses can be friends, co-workers, church members, or others. My relatives and heirs are the only people who cannot witness this for me. My witnesses do not have to witness me completing the form, but they must witness me signing the form. There is no need for a notary.
So what should you do with your completed advance directive? You should give a copy to your healthcare proxy, to your family, to whomever you live with, to your physicians, and to the closest hospital. You might also place a copy in your car glove box and keep a wallet card that says that you have an advance directive. Don't just put it in your safety deposit box. It won't be available in an emergency.
My experience taught me what I need to do to express my wishes. Completing an advance directive is how I am taking care of myself and my family.
Completing an advance directive can bring families together. Your efforts now can prevent hurtful conflict, stress, and anxiety later. Your actions today are a part of living your best life, as you hope for the best and plan for the rest.